As a parent, I try to provide an environment for my kids full of love, support, and trust. But for most of our Doc Wayne youth, they haven't had that in their life. They've had to manage at an early age traumatic events like abuse, neglect, violent crime, or even sexual trafficking. Pretty awful stuff. Most of our youth come from low-income communities and struggle with mental illness or trauma. 20% of youth in low-income communities have mental health issues. And 80% of those youth don't receive the services that they need. They either don't have access to the services, or they've tried traditional talk therapy and it hasn't worked for them. The youth in our program have been dealt a real challenging hand in life. And if they continue down this path, they could face major issues like prostitution, substance abuse, gang affiliation, and even prison, or worse. Well, we at Doc Wayne offer an innovative and effective way to help these kids change that path by delivering therapy through sports. When these kids come to our program, they become part of our team. Our team also includes clinicians and coaches. And together, we play sports. These kids learn to work together, to strategize, to communicate. We also circle up. That's our huddle. We circle up often. In the beginning and the end of every session, we get together. It's a chance for the kids to bond, to communicate as well, and to feel better about themselves. And learn a skill in our curriculum. We have a sport-based therapeutic curriculum called Do the Good. For instance, one of our skills is called Fill the Tank. For us, that means praise. These kids come to us with an emotional tank on empty. So we spend time filling their tank with praise, with joy, acknowledging their accomplishments, and helping them make them feel better about themselves. What you have in the end are kids who have thought of themselves as youthless or as victims, now learning important life skills, feeling better about themselves, and learning skills that they can help them succeed at home, at school, and in their communities. We get kids in the door through sports, but research has proven our program successful. An impact assessment was done by the Trauma Center in Brookline on our program, and it was recently published in the Journal of Family Violence. In it, it discussed how we reduce aggressive behavior and conflict and increase positive social interaction. My favorite piece of evidence actually comes from a clinician that has worked with our program. And he said, this is the first time that he's seen kids actually running to group therapy. And it's because of our culture and our approach. I'm stuck here. There we go. One boy in our program, Derek, joined us this winter. He struggled with a slew of issues. He's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, an eating disorder, an anxiety disorder. He's been lethargic, overweight, isolated, and unwilling to engage in any conversation. But in just 3 weeks with our program, he was running up and down the court on a team, interacting with his peers and adults. We met his mother this winter, and she said it was remarkable that Derek was involved in something larger than himself, let alone on a team and interacting in a positive manner with his peers and adults. We currently serve 500 youth, ages 6 to 18 years of age, from Greater Boston to Worcester. But census data tells us that there are thousands of kids like this just in Massachusetts alone that could benefit from our programming. We also have a wait list of over 100 youth referred to us by clinicians, social workers, and parents. Our goal over the next 2 years is to at least double the number of youth that we work with, increase the number of sessions that we have with these kids, and continue to strengthen our partnerships with our collaborative partnerships with human service agencies and low-income communities. To do this, we need an investment of $750,000. This will help us add to our program and clinical team to help manage our increased caseload, as well as to help us continue to generate revenue from our billable service. As the executive director, as a parent and former athlete, I've seen firsthand how powerful sport can be, especially in the lives of youth who have struggled. When I take off my tie and I put on my Doc Wayne gear, it's in that moment that the transformation and power of Doc Wayne can be found. I often say to people, you can talk to these kids until you're blue in the face, but you put a ball in their hand, and the adult or the clinician become a coach. And the conversations can be that much more powerful, more open, and deeper. The youth in our program have had troubled pasts, but that's not a reason why they have to have a troubled future, and we need your help to make that happen. We ask for your support to help our kids find their positive path in life and have faith in themselves. And I'll leave you with a quote from an 8-year-old boy in our South Boston program. He got together in our circle up, our huddle at the end of a session, and he looked at the adults and the kids in the program and he said, guys, you've got to have faith in yourself, because if you don't have that, then what have you got? Thank you all.